everybody, MntDewMania here, and welcome back to Vox Populi, my home away from home, away from home. And I'm taking just a tiny little break, sitting back, relaxing, fishing on the bank. And we're going to talk about my little redneck rant this week. And if you are keeping up, and I sincerely hope you are, we're on the letter T. Okay? T. Now, there is a word, a phrase, that I want to talk about regarding the letter T while we sit here and fish. And the word this week is part of a phrase, but I will give you the word. Okay? T is for they. You heard me. They. T-H-E-Y. Okay? The definition of they, it's used to refer to a person of unspecified sex or people in general. He, she, they. Okay? Not anyone in particular, just they. Alright? Now, I don't have a problem with the word they. It's a little vague. I'm very straightforward, and I usually like names. Okay? But, if you want to get me riled up, I promise you the fastest way you can do it is to use the phrase they said. Oh my God. If there has ever been the stupidest, most annoying phrase that has ever been formed in this universe, on this plane of existence, it is the phrase they said. Especially when you're using it as an excuse. Oh, well, I didn't get around to that, because they said, well, they said I didn't have to. Well, I didn't know you wanted those boxes over there. They said to put them over here. The side of my brain melts every time I hear that phrase. I hate that phrase more than just about any phrase that can be uttered from anybody. To me, that is the biggest cop out that a person can say. Alright, in the comments, comment, raise your hand, do something, let me know, indicate somehow. Do you know who they are? Have you ever met a they? And God forbid, have you ever been a they? I hate this phrase more than anything. I do not like vague innuendos. I like straightforward facts. So when somebody says to me, they said, to me that just means that either you are trying to kiss their butts and you don't want to get them in trouble, or it means that nobody said and you're trying to keep your own butt out of trouble. It's one of the two. Okay? Or, they probably did say and you just wasn't listening. Now, I don't know. I don't know why it irks me so bad, but it does. It drives me crazy when somebody says that. Oh my God. I can fly off the handle in a minute. And usually the first response, because I've been a manager before, I'm sure a lot of you guys have been managers, my older audience. You know what I'm talking about. When somebody doesn't do their job, and if you're a supervisor or manager, it's your responsibility to, because somebody's going to ask you. Somebody higher on up in the ranks is sure enough going to ask you, well, Susie, why didn't that get done? Do you think that they are going to accept when I say, well, they said? Mm-mm. So, if I'm held accountable, so are you. Okay? Now, another thing that kind of irks me along the same lines is why are we so ready to just absolutely fully accept as fact what they say? They said that so and so was on drugs. Really? Oh my God. Again, who are they? And why are we just, well, they said it, it must be true. And I'm just like, people, please, for the love of God, use a little, remember way back when we was on season 1, common sense? Use some of that. I don't care where you get it from. Borrow it, steal it, whatever you gotta do. Please. Because I'm telling you right now, one of these days, they is going to get your butt in trouble. And I promise you, when it does, they ain't going to be around to save you. They going to be in the wind. Okay? So, if you're using it as an excuse, for the love of God, come up with another one. Okay? If you're taking advice from they, or you're trying to find out some facts from they, you know, now I sometimes you have to dig to get to the truth, okay? And usually you have to dig because the first sentence out of somebody's mouth is, well, they said, okay? Now, my response to that has always been and will always be, who are they? I want names. Call it my need to know. I want names. I want specific names of who said what. And for the love of God, do not stand there in my face and tell me, well, I don't know. I can't remember. Well, you know. No, I don't know. If I did know, I wouldn't be standing here asking you with half my head on fire from being so mad. And when did they become such experts? Because they seem to know a lot about everything. And again, I say it's accepted immediately as the most God wonderfulest truth that ever set down on this planet anywhere. It should be burnt into our retinas. It's so truthful. And I'm telling you, this gets under my skin quick because it's so easy just to shuck responsibility that way. They said, well, I think, well, they must have. Don't say that word around me. I'll get hotter than a cat on a hot tin roof. If you cannot just own up and say, you know what, I forgot. It's that easy. Just, come on. Just say it. I forgot. I didn't get to it. I ran out of time. You know. Don't say, well, they had me do something. I don't care about they. They don't work for me. You do. Is they going to help you pay your next car payment when you get fired? You know what I'm saying? It's now there are some, but isn't it amazing though what they gets contributed to? You know what I'm saying? It's just it's hilarious. And people don't. I mean, it's automatically just a fact. And I just, is but there are now there's some funny. I couldn't really find anything specifically, any quotes about they said. Okay, but there were some general ones about they say or that I did find funny, and I'll let me share those with you real quick. Um, they say marriages are made in heaven, but so is thunder and lightning. That one's by Clint Eastwood. It's like, oh my god, but they do. That's something that they say. You know. Um, Cesar Romero said, "Well, you know what they say in Hollywood. The most important thing is being sincere, even if you have to fake it." And I'm like, I don't know who they are out there, but dang. Um, Carrie Fisher said, "I really love the internet. They say chat rooms are the trailer park of the internet, but I find it amazing. I want to know so bad who said that chat rooms are the trailer park of the internet. I would love to know who they are." And this one kind of hit home because I've been really, you guys know I've been really down and out about turning 50. Let me leave you with this one. They say change gets more difficult as we get older each year. We're more stuck in our ways, more reluctant to learn something new. Now, I have to totally disagree with that. I do not, I'm always wanting to learn something new. I mean, are they talking about, see, that's what I'm saying. Some of these vague, I'm just like, well, well, they said, well, it has to be true. They said the earth's flat. Well, you know, I don't know who came up with the balls, floating in the space, but boy, were they wrong. I guess I better wrap this up, guys. That's just something that it just kind of got under my skin this week, and I thought I'd share it with you. They said, I tell you what, don't don't go don't go to the other side. Don't go to they, okay? Just stay over here, all right? Stay on this side of the fence, and let they stay over there, all right? Tell me your best they said story. I'd love to hear it in the comments. Thank you guys always for coming back again and again. I get such great comments from everybody that stops by. I really do appreciate every single second that you spend with me, and it is most appreciated. Thank you very much. So I'm going to fish just a little bit more and then get underway when it gets daylight. This is Vox Populi. This is my home away from home, and this is Mountain Dew Mania, and I am so out of here. Later, guys.